In sports, some moments defy logic and push the boundaries of human capability. From gravity-defying leaps to epic failures, these extraordinary feats are so mind-blowing that if they weren't captured on camera, they would seem like mere figments of imagination. Brace yourself for an awe-inspiring compilation of sporting moments that, if not filmed, would challenge the limits of your belief. Join us as we have a look at 30 sports moments that, if not filmed, no one would believe they exist. Number 1. Weird post-match interview. Now, we all love to avoid awkward conversations, so what would happen when it's a post-match interview with millions of people watching? This took place in an interview where Erling Haaland was caught off guard by a reporter's peculiar question, leaving everyone in disbelief, and after narrowly missing out on a hat trick, the reporter boldly asked, "Are you going to sleep lonely tonight?" The awkwardness in the air was so intense that he hesitated before responding, saying, yeah. And it left us all wondering what had prompted such an unusual question.
I should have been there, but that's how it is.
Even as spectators, we can't help but empathize with his baffled reaction. Number 2. Free throw pump fake. Free throws are one of the cheapest ways to make points in basketball, but at times even the easy stuff can become difficult, like on this particular day when Carmelo Anthony gave us a moment that had us all scratching our heads and chuckling at the same time. During a free throw attempt, he decided to pump fake the second shot, resulting in a violation. I mean, really, what was he thinking? When asked about it, he could not help but laugh, saying that it was funny as hell. The ball had hit his forehead, and if he continued, it would have been an air ball. He thought that there was no way he was taking that embarrassment, so he would rather take the violation. Number 3. Oscar Otta falls over the tennis net. With the tennis court wide, one would never imagine a player would somehow find their way to the other end and fall over the net, especially in a US Open match. In this particular match, the skill of both players was on display. However, the spotlight would unexpectedly shift to Oscar Otta, who had took an unexpected tumble while trying to respond to a hit. As serious as the moment seemed, the crowd could not help but burst into fits of laughter. Unfortunately, though, Otta injured his wrist in the process. Number 4. Mascot phobia. You know that moment when you're in the zone, fully concentrated and focused on your work, trying to deliver your best? You don't want any distractions. Such as this unsuspecting reporter that was completely engrossed in her work, unaware of the mischievous mascot lurking nearby. The New Orleans Pelicans mascot snuck up beside her without a sound, and when she noticed his presence, the poor reporter screamed and jumped. Startled, the bird-like mascot joined in the drama, scurrying away in a comical frenzy of running and flying. Number 5. Work and game at the same time. Now, we've all had that moment when we wanted to do something else, like see a movie or attend a concert, perhaps go for a walk, but we have to do work instead. For this die-hard Ravens fan, he took multitasking to a new level during an NFL game against the Colts. Sporting a green screen setup behind him, this dedicated fan cleverly disguised his work call while secretly immersing himself in the game day excitement. Like I said earlier, we've all been there daydreaming during work, longing to be anywhere else. But this guy decided to live the dream right in the middle of the stadium. Whether it was a stage stunt or not, we can't help but admire his audacity. Number 6. Ripped off shorts. Wardrobe malfunctions can make your day go from very good to very bad in a matter of moments, especially when you're on national television, like what happened to Dwight Howard in this unforgettable moment on the court. As the game heats up, so does the action that surrounds his shorts. In a twist of fate, his shorts were mercilessly ripped off during play, leaving him exposed and caught off guard. While the incident made spectators laugh, Dwight was not laughing for long. Not only was he called for a foul, but he also received a technical for protesting the call. Talk about a rough day at the office. Number 7. Language barrier. With over 7,100 languages spoken today, there's a chance that you'll not understand one or two of them, but even those that you recognize could be spoken so fast it would sound like gibberish to your ears. But what do you do in such a scenario? Well, let's see how Weston McKennie handled it. In a post-match interview after the United States' victory over Mexico, Weston McKennie was caught in a whirlwind of words. A reporter from Mexico, in an attempt to introduce himself as part of an agency, had unleashed a rapid-fire burst of Spanish that left him utterly bewildered. The priceless expression on his face showcases a mixture of fear and confusion, as though he had just witnessed a linguistic tornado. Number 8. Strange analogy. Football becomes a game of passion, and sometimes conventional explanations cannot convey your heart's thoughts. And so, you have to improvise like Coach Bennett, the former Coastal Carolina head coach, who went on an unforgettable rant during a press conference. With a mixture of passion and pure comedy, he passionately declared that his players should be more like dogs. As the analogy unfolds, Bennett delves into the quirks of his own pets, sharing too much information that had everyone laughing. The more that he had spoken about his pets, the more confusing that his analogy became, reaching its hilarious peak when he unexpectedly let out a meow. Now, if you don't burst into laughter watching this coach's extraordinary rant, you have to be missing your funny bone. Number 9. Taunting backfires. Trash talk can be a risky game for anyone, and this goalkeeper learned that the hard way. Before a penalty kick, he had added some flair to the play by cartwheeling around the goal, thinking that he had the upper hand, but fate would have a different plan for him that day. The shooter confidently steps up and buries the ball into the net, leaving the taunting goalkeeper red-faced and defeated. It was a moment of sweet justice that had everyone in stitches. Just remember, pride often comes before the fall, and this goalkeeper's epic fail proves that sometimes it's better to let your skills speak for themselves. Number 10. Falling mascot. In the world of NBA mascots, outrageous costumes are the norm, but sometimes things can go hilariously wrong, such as with the Toronto Raptors mascot, for example. With its cumbersome dinosaur costume, you would think that they would avoid risky stunts, but they decided to strap rollerblades on the poor raptor and then send it down the arena steps. As expected, chaos would ensue. Watching that red dinosaur head flap around and then faceplant onto the court is a moment that money cannot buy. Sometimes, common sense takes a backseat to entertainment, and we're all grateful for the following laughs. Number 11. Bowler forgets to let go of the ball. Bowling is a sport that brings people of all skill levels together. From enthusiasts to children, teenagers, and more, we've all had our fair share of hilarious mishaps on the lanes. But when a professional bowler, belonging to that rare 1% of bowling talent, forgets to let go of the ball on live television, the comedic effect is simply priceless. As the audience watches in disbelief, laughter fills the air. It's a reminder that even the pros can have their off days and provide us with moments of pure hilarity. Number 12. Kobe leaves Phil hanging. Kobe Bryant, the iconic NBA superstar, had a reputation for his intense focus and sometimes aloof demeanor. In this unforgettable moment, poor Phil experiences firsthand what it feels like to be left hanging by Kobe. The incident caught on camera perfectly captures the awkwardness that many might have felt when interacting with the enigmatic basketball legend. Number 13. Blocking fail. Matt Ryan, the talented quarterback of the Atlanta Falcons, has had his fair share of impressive moments on the football field. However, one clip continues to follow him, forever etched in his legacy. It's the moment when his blocking goes hilariously wrong. Despite the human torso having the largest surface area, he somehow manages to miss his target entirely and falls in a funny way. Number 14. Two-way KO. MMA is known for its intense and brutal battles inside of the octagon. Fighters will often endure injury and physical tolls regardless of the outcome, but in this mind-boggling moment, two fighters have discovered a new way to avoid defeat. Right from the beginning, these two simultaneously knock each other out, creating an unprecedented spectacle. It's a twist that defies MMA's conventional rules of victory and defeat, and who would have thought that they would find a middle ground where neither fighter technically loses. Number 15. Batman on the field. In the world of sports, unexpected moments can happen at any time. There was one time that a squirrel took center stage during a baseball game, proving that not even America's favorite pastime is safe from nature's mischief. This fearless squirrel adds entertainment as the players focus on their game. With a sense of adventure, the squirrel embarks on an epic army crawl through the infield dirt, much to the crowd's amusement. It's a scene straight out of a comic book, but not as much as this Batman that decided to appear and disrupt the game in the most unconventional way possible. Number 16. Rain delay dance-off. When rain clouds roll in and delay a baseball game, fans cannot help but feel a sense of disappointment. But during a game at the 2009 Big East tournament, something incredible happened during a rain delay that turned upside-down frowns. Instead of sitting idly by, players returned to fun on the field. In a display of pure joy and camaraderie, they engaged in an impromptu dance-off, with everyone cheering and forgetting about the rain-soaked outfield. These athletes showcased their hidden dance moves, twirling, spinning, and grooving to the beat like nobody's business. If this amazing moment had not been filmed, no one would believe that a rain delay could turn into such a memorable and hilarious spectacle. Number 17. Squirrel Attack. In baseball, unexpected moments can come from anywhere, even from a furry little creature with a feisty attitude. In this unbelievable fan video, a determined squirrel takes center stage and launches itself at former Minnesota Twins third baseman Brendan Harris, leaving everyone stunned. The squirrel then scurries across the field. Players, coaches, and officials were caught off guard, unsure how to react. Is it a timeout or a standoff? Harris cautiously keeps his eyes on the critter, unsure of what it might do next. Number 18. Hurdling Mishap. When it comes to sports, sometimes even the most simple tasks can lead to unexpected hilarity. Take this high school girls' hurdle race, for example. While it may not be an Olympic event, the comedic value is off the charts. In this video, two athletes showcase their unique interpretation of hurdling. Their technique, or lack thereof, leaves much to be desired, but their determination to finish the race is commendable. As they stumble, trip, and gracefully collide with the hurdles, you can't help but chuckle at their enthusiastic effort. Number 19. Vancouver Green Men. Hockey fans are known for their passionate support, but the Vancouver Green Men take it to a new level. These notorious pranksters, Sully and Force, have gained fame for their outrageous and sometimes creepy antics during Canucks games. Recognizing their wild behavior, they've recently been inducted into ESPN's Hall of Fans. While most of us would settle for cheering and jeering, these green men embody the untamed spirit of hockey fandom. They push boundaries and embrace their ID on a new level. In this clip, Los Angeles Kings player Drew Doughty becomes the unwitting target of the green men's mischievous ways. They even unleash their signature move, a jaw-dropping, butt-facing handstand that leaves everyone, including Doughty, bewildered and amused. Number 20. Shot Facials. We've all seen those viral videos of children taking an unexpected shot to the face from rogue soccer balls, but this one takes the cake and stands out from the rest. It's almost comical how a simple kick can turn into a hilarious spectacle. You can't help but feel a twinge of sympathy for those aspiring comedians who work so hard for a laugh, while a soccer ball to the face effortlessly delivers the comedic punch that they're striving for. Because when it comes to sporting blunders, this kid takes the prize for delivering a truly unforgettable slapstick performance. Number 21. Whistle Woes. The 1982 World Cup was a thrilling tournament full of unforgettable moments, and among them, the match between France and Kuwait took an unexpected comic twist. France had dominated the game, scoring goals that were repeatedly disallowed for offsides, when finally they managed to score a legit goal, triggering celebration. However, the Kuwait Sheikh Fahad al-Ahmad al-Sabah stormed onto the field, demanding the goal's disqualification. And his claim? The team had stopped playing due to a mysterious whistle from the stands. Officials astonishingly agreed, disallowing the goal. Despite the setback, France still won the match 4-1. Number 22. No show, no problem. In junior football, we've all experienced the disappointment of arriving at a game only to find the opposing team missing. But let me tell you a story that takes it to a whole new level. Scotland travels to face Estonia in a World Cup qualifier. Excitement fills the air, only to be swiftly replaced by confusion. Estonia decided to protest against a scheduling change by FIFA, leaving the stadium empty. The Scottish team found themselves alone on the field and ready to play. Well, no one. It was a glorified training session, a bizarre sight to behold. But the Scottish fans turned the situation into a party amidst the absurdity, chanting, "There's only one team." They celebrated their unopposed victory. According to FIFA rules, the match was awarded as a 3-0 win for Scotland, yet it's not the result that lingers in memory, but the sheer comedy of the situation. Number 23. Zidane's Headbutt. The tension was sky high in the 2006 World Cup final as the French and Italian teams clash on the grand stage in Germany. Amidst the spotlight, Zidane, the French maestro, shines brightest. With the match in full swing, it's a gripping battle between the two powerhouses. But in the 7th minute of extra time, an astonishing moment occurs. Provoked by some trash talking, Zidane's frustration boils over and he headbutts the Italian defender. Shock fills the stadium and Zidane receives a red card, leaving his team a man down. The shocking headbutt became the defining image of the 2006 World Cup, forever etched in football history. It would shock fans worldwide, questioning how such a moment of madness could happen to a player of Zidane's caliber. The fallout from the incident became immense, overshadowing the final results. And though France ultimately loses to Italy in a penalty shootout, Zidane's headbutt remains a bizarre and unforgettable moment in the tournament's history. Number 24. The Drunk Referee. This was supposed to be the usual Belarusian football showdown. Players were pumped for an intense Premier League match, but little did they know that their referee had unconventional plans. As he takes his position in the center circle, things quickly turn bizarre. His movements become unsteady, as if he's dancing to an invisible tune. Players exchange puzzled looks, but the real show is yet to come. To everyone's surprise, the referee spends the entire game in the center circle, completely oblivious to the action that's around him. It's as though he's trapped in his own tipsy world. Only after the match do the officials realize the truth. A post-match medical test would reveal that he had indulged in too many drinks before the game. The Belarusian FA swiftly suspends him, leaving football fans worldwide scratching their heads in disbelief. How did the referee last 90 minutes in a drunken daze without anyone noticing? I hope the lesson's been learned. Next time, he should stick to calling fouls instead of downing shots. Number 25. Hand of God. In June of 1986, England and Argentina are locked in a thrilling quarterfinal match, and the tension is high. Diego Maradona, the charismatic captain of Argentina, takes center stage. Standing at just 5 feet 5 inches, he's a small package that features a large personality. Maradona looks sharp and determined as the game begins, ready to leave his mark on the match, and boy does he make an impression. In the 51st minute, Maradona pulls off a move that would go down in history, being known as the infamous Hand of God goal. With a cheeky leap, he punches the ball into the net with his left hand, right under the nose of England's goalkeeper, Peter Shilton. The crowd erupts in cheers and jeers as Maradona races away in jubilation. The England players are fuming, though, arguing with the referee that the goal should be disallowed. But the decision stands, and Maradona instantly becomes a hero in the eyes of Argentine fans worldwide. Ultimately, Argentina triumphs with a 2-1 victory, and Maradona's audacious act secures his place as one of the greatest football legends. Love him or hate him, there's no denying the sheer audacity and mischievous brilliance of Maradona's split-second decision to use his hand to score the goal. Number 26. Ball-to-ball contact. Regarding baseball, there's no shortage of hilarious moments that make us cringe and chuckle simultaneously, and perhaps one of the game's most infamous and unexpected occurrences involves those unfortunate shots. A pitcher winds up and delivers the ball precisely, only to see it take an unexpected trajectory. Instead of heading for the bat, it veers off course and goes straight for the nether regions of an unsuspecting player. Ouch! Even the most skilled of pitchers are not immune to these blunders. It's a reminder that no matter how focused and talented you may be, there's always room for a little comedy in sports. And that's where protective gear comes in clutch. In these moments, it's clear that wearing the right equipment becomes essential. Those cups and protective gear were designed for a reason. They may not prevent the embarrassment, but at least they keep the important bits safe from harm. So the next time you find yourself on the field, remember to suit up and to protect yourself. Number 27. Pole vaulter nearly impaled. In the thrilling world of pole vaulting, athletes push themselves to the limits, aiming for new heights. But sometimes things don't go as planned, leading to jaw-dropping moments that defy belief. Picture this: a Russian pole vaulter competes as a neutral athlete, finding himself in a heart-stopping situation at the Diamond League meeting. Everything seemed to track as he approached the vault with confidence. His run-up was smooth, his technique flawless, but just as he soars through the air, disaster strikes. In a twist of fate, his pole would take a sharp turn back towards him, nearly impaling him in an unimaginable place. Yes, that's right. With lightning-fast reflexes, he manages to avoid a catastrophic injury, but not without a wardrobe malfunction. His shorts become the victim of the close encounter, leaving the audience in awe and perhaps feeling a little uncomfortable. But here's the twist. He simply put on spandex over his shorts and continued in competition, showing incredible resilience and a sense of humor. Talk about quick thinking under pressure. Number 28. High jump, low jump. High jump athletes strive for greatness, defying gravity with every leap, but sometimes even the most skilled of competitors can face unexpected hurdles that leave us in disbelief at what they achieve and sometimes their epic failures. In this high jump, for example, the contestant executes a flawless technique, builds up momentum, and approaches the bar with unwavering determination. The crowd holds its breath in anticipation, but as he reaches the pinnacle of his jump, disaster strikes. He trips over his feet in a split second, and the unimaginable happens. He disappears right before the mat as if swallowed by an invisible force. The official measurement? A mind-boggling 0.02 inches, earning him a brand new record, albeit not the kind that he was hoping for. It's the shortest fall ever witnessed in the history of sports. It's a fail that's so tiny that it's almost adorable. Number 29. Hurdle fail. One brave contestant stood out at the SHS Athletics Carnival where dreams collide with reality. In the 17-plus open 110-meter hurdles, the stage would be set for an exhilarating display of agility and skill, but this particular hurdler had his own unique interpretation of the event. Instead of gracefully leaping over the hurdles like his fellow competitors, he approached them with disdain and rebellion. It was as if he had declared war on those innocent barriers. With each hurdle, his technique grew more comical and unconventional, leaving us questioning the purpose of hurdles altogether. Was it the case of selective amnesia, or perhaps a secret plot to redefine the rules of the game? Whatever the reason, this hurdler's disdain for the obstacles was evident in every stride. Here's the challenge, though. Try counting how many hurdles he managed to clear correctly. It's like a mind-boggling puzzle that will leave you watching the video repeatedly, and you may find yourself in fits of laughter as you witness this audacious rebellion against the status quo of hurdling. Number 30. Air Jordan. Now, I've spoken about some massive fails, but how about I wrap this up by appreciating a massive talent and skill displayed in one of the most impressive sports on earth. Dunking is a common sight in basketball, but what if I told you that not all dunks are created equal? Some of them can be metaphorical more than physical, leaving you laughing rather than in awe. It's usually very cool and interesting until the tables become turned, and instead of soaring over the opposition, our dunking hero finds themselves being dunked over. With its high-flying acrobatics and jaw-dropping athleticism, basketball carries its fair share of risks. The sheer irony of the situation is what makes it truly hilarious. In a game where players strive to defy gravity and conquer the rim, witnessing a reversal of roles is an unexpected treat. That concludes today's events that you would not believe if they were not captured on camera. Which of these moments would you love to have seen in the flesh? Do well to share your comments below. Subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.